friends, Krista here. Thank you so much for stopping by Books and Jams. Again, today I have for you a bit of a book haul. I usually try to wait till closer to the end of the month to do a haul, but the little blue box came in the mail and I'm excited to show you that. And shortly after my last haul, another book outlet order came. Technically that was March, and most of it is middle grade. And a handful of things were sent to me in the last couple weeks. So I just figured, let's just go for it. I don't know that I expect to get anything more in the month of April, so I could call this my April haul. We'll just see. But let's start with the wonderful Blue Box Book of the Month. If you guys don't know, I am a subscriber to Book of the Month, and it is a wonderful monthly book subscription where there are five main choices, and then a handful of add-on choices, and then most of their backlist books that have been from previous months are available as well. And I think it's like $14.99 a month, I want to say, for a beautiful hardcover book. Great choices, books that some have heard of, some I haven't heard of. Your first book is $14.99. That's like your subscription, but you can add on another book for just $9.99. And I have a link always in my description down below. I think if you're a brand new subscriber, your first month might even be cheaper, $9.99. Sometimes it's only $5 for your first month. I'm pretty sure it's usually $9.99 though. And then I would get a credit if you end up using that link. So I had a couple credits. And so I put 3 books in my box this month. All 3, I believe, were from this month's either main choices, or I think 2 were from the main choices and then 1 was an add-on. So let me just share with you what I picked for April. The first one is called Liberty by Caitlin Greenidge. And this is a historical fiction. It's gorgeous. And I believe it's about a woman in the 1920s trying to make her way in New York City. An unforgettable story about one young Black girl's attempts to find a place where she can be fully and only herself. Coming of age as a free-born Black girl in Reconstruction-era Brooklyn, Liberty Sampson is all too aware that her purposeful mother, a practicing physician, has a vision for their future together. The mother wants Liberty to go to medical school. And this is inspired by the life of one of the first Black female doctors in the United States. So I'm super excited about that. Sounds really good. This one stands out to me, and I'll tell you why in just a second. This is called The Firekeeper's Daughter by Angeline Boulley. Keep the secret, live the lie, earn your truth. Woo. This one is a thriller, and I think it's set in the Ojibwe Nation. So we just read The Brave in March for our group read, and that was also about a young boy who is half Ojibwe. His mother is Ojibwe. And so this kind of stood out to me just because I just read a book about the Ojibwe people a little bit, and I think that was one of the issues that some of us had with the book, was the way that was written. And so I'm just interested to read another. I don't know, Angeline Boulley, is she... Okay, Angeline Boulley is an enrolled member of the Sault Ste. Marie tribe of Chippewa Indians, a storyteller who writes about her Ojibwe community in Michigan's Upper Peninsula. Nice. So she is Own Voices. This is going to be a thriller. Firekeeper's Daughter is an electrifying thriller layered with a rich exploration of the modern Native experience, a reckoning of current and historical injustices, and a powerful celebration of community. Because it says thriller there, I don't really want to know more about the story itself. I don't want to spoil myself for anything. I just think that cover is stunning as well. And I'm really excited about another Own Voices book written from an Indigenous author. I'm really excited for that. And then totally different feels. I've got a historical, a thriller, and then a contemporary romance. People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. Emily Henry wrote Beach Read, which I really enjoyed a couple months ago, I don't know, whenever that one came out. Two best friends, 10 summer trips, one last chance to fall in love. So we follow Alex and Poppy. They have nothing in common. She's a wild child. He wears khakis. She has insatiable wanderlust. He prefers to stay home with a book. And somehow, ever since a fateful car share home from college many years ago, they are the very best of friends. For most of the year, they live far apart. She's in New York City and he's in their small hometown. But every summer for a decade, they have taken one glorious week of vacation together. And I think it's going to be like an unrequited love. I think one of them falls in love with the other or something like that. I'm not really sure, but I am just excited to read that one as well. So yay, Book of the Month for some fun choices this month. Let's next go to the books that were sent to me. You guys, are so kind. I talked in a live a couple weeks ago about Laura, who sent me two middle grade books, The Escape from Mr. Limoncello's Library by Chris Grabenstein. This is a mystery, kind of like board games come to life. This librarian, this man, Mr. Limoncello, sets it up in the library for kids to come and do, almost like a lock-in at the library. They have to figure out all the clues. That sounds like my dream when I was a kid. I would have loved that. And then Fable Haven by Brandon Mull. I have seen so many people talk about it, and it hasn't really been on my radar, but in my recommendations video at the beginning of March, Christy Lewis from Christy Lewis Dostoevsky in Space recommended Fablehaven, and every time she talks about a book, it can be a book that I have no desire to read, but she just always makes me want to read it. And that's the case with Fablehaven. So this just sounds like a really fun kind of fantasy middle grade. So I was super excited that Laura sent it to me. Thank you so much. Oh man. Another one that came as a total surprise is from Lynn. Lynn sent me a book. She says, I've been a silent viewer of your channel for a few years. She enjoys watching and read so many of my recommendations and has given her, and you have given me a love for middle grade. Yes, that's always like so exciting to me, especially in the midst of March. And she sent me a book that I'm so excited about. This was on my Amazon wish list, which is also always in the description box below. No pressure, no need to send me anything, but for those of you who do, you really just bless my heart. This is The Librarian of Boone's Hollow by Kim Vogel Sawyer. This is a Christian fiction that kind of follows the Packhorse librarians like Giver of Stars and The Blue Woman of Troublesome Creek, which I absolutely loved both of those books. And I'm so excited to read another book set in that time period and about that Packhorse Library project, but from a Christian fiction perspective. Like, I'm just really excited about that. Beautiful cover. Thank you so much, Lynn, and all of my silent viewers out there. I know there's a bunch of you. I don't get thousands of comments on every video, so I know there's those of you watching who don't comment. I just want you to know that I also appreciate you. I just want you to know that I know that you're here and I appreciate you watching all the time. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Carla sent me these three plus Miracles on Maple Hill, which is not here with the book haul anymore. Carla sent me three Newbery Honor books and then a Newbery Medal winner, which I'm so excited about. I had Miracles on Maple Hill out from the library because that was a group read that I ended up forgetting about the Zoom. I was so bummed because I really wanted to participate in Kate Howe and Christy Lewis and Mary from Happily Ever After and a few others were doing a Zoom discussion for Miracles on Maple Hill, and it just slipped my mind. Boo. But I did read the book, and Carla sent it to me, so now I have my own copy. But she also sent me these Newbery Honor books. Daughter of the Mountains by Louise Rankin. So cool. Indian Captive, The Story of Mary Jemison by Lois Lenski. And Lily's Crossing by Patricia Riley Giff, who is an author that I love. Middle grade author. So good. So thank you so much, Carla. Oh, that's so nice. Oh, you guys are amazing. Most recently, just the other day, this one came from Cheryl. And Cheryl, you spoil me because this is not the first time you've sent me something. 3 Times Lucky, which is another Newbery Honor book. This is by Sheila Turnage. And this is a printed hardcover, which is my favorite. I love printed hardcovers. No dust jackets for me, thanks. I like a hardcover that's printed right on there. This looks a lot of fun. Rising 6th grader, natural born detective, borderline, straight A student, and goddess of free enterprise. Mo washed ashore in Tupelo Landing, North Carolina 11 years ago during one of the meanest hurricanes in history, and she's been making waves ever since. That sounds like a lot of fun. Thank you so much, Cheryl. You're amazing. You're so kind. 2 authors reached out to me in March and asked if I would be interested in reading their books, and they both sounded really interesting. So the first one of those is The Accidental Suffragist by Galia Gishon, and I'm so sorry if I didn't say that correctly, Galia. So this is a book that comes out on June 1st in 2021, so in just a couple months, and it's historical fiction and involves the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory fire, which is a story that I didn't really know anything about until I read, I think it's The Fall of Marigolds by Susan Meissner that talks about that. Anyways, our main character in this book, Helen, is rescued or escapes that Triangle is there, somehow involved in the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory fire. And because of that, gets wrapped up and involved with the suffragist movement and ends up working with some pretty famous women suffragists. And it just kind of goes on from there. And so we follow this one woman, Helen, and her story and how she became a suffragist and what she does from there. So I am really interested in that time period, and I just think that that sounds really good. So I'm excited to read this and let you know what I think. And thank you so much for sending that to me, Galia. The last one that was sent to me, I'm going to open with you because it looks like there's something else in here as well besides the book. So there is a card here. This is from Summer, and I think that's the author. Oh, there's more. How fun. So let's see what this little one is first. I think there's some stickers. Oh my word, how cute. Oh my word. We've got all these little things. So there are, ew, there's a little ant or spider type thing. Ugh, ugh. A pin of a little hedgehog and a mushroom. Let me see, can you, I don't know if you can see that. I wonder if I can. There we go. A little hedgehog and a mushroom. So cute. Some mushroom kind of stick things, which would be super cute, like in a plant. I'm going to stick that in my plant. There's another one that fell down here. A little purple one. Little mushroom stick. I'm going to stick that in my plant here too. Cute. And then all these little mushroom stickers. I'm assuming the book has something to do with mushrooms. 4 little mushroom stickers. Cute! And then this little package has, oh my goodness, little chocolate mushrooms. How cute is that? Choco Rooms. Dark chocolate and milk chocolate. Oh my word. That's going to be a fun snack. Should I try to save it for when I read this book? What is the book? Dun, 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 dun. It's a middle grade. The Mutant Mushroom Takeover by Summer Rachel Short. So thank you so much, Summer, for sending this to me. A Maggie and Nate mystery. Fun. I love middle grade mysteries because I feel like I have a chance of figuring stuff out, which I never can with adult mysteries. I went through a huge mystery phase, like maybe in high school. I read a ton of Mary Higgins Clark. She was my favorite for a really long time. I haven't read a Mary Higgins Clark in a really long time, but this is fun. Magnolia Stone's scientist dad left Shady Pines to find a new job. Maggie's been stuck in her grandma's mobile home with her grumpy older brother Ezra. Now she's on a mission to put her family back together by winning the Vitacino Junior Naturalist Merit Award. So when Maggie and her best friend Nate, a wannabe YouTube star, just kidding, and alien conspiracy theorist, scout out a rare bioluminescent fungus, Maggie is certain she's a shoo-in to win. But after animals around town start sprouting unusual growths and Ezra develops a bluish glow and a hacking cough, Maggie wonders what did they actually stumble upon. That sounds so cool. It was such a fun story. Summer, thank you so much. I'm excited to read that one. And this cover is just so much fun. It's like almost glow in the dark. It's so bright. I don't think it shows up on camera how bright it is. Very cool. Very cool. And finally, of course, is my book outlet order. Actually, no. I have one that I don't remember if I hauled this in my last haul. I had shown it in either a patron Zoom that I was doing or in a live, but I don't think it came back over to my haul pile, and that is All 13. And I bought this on Amazon. Christina Soontorn wrote one of my favorites from Middle Grey March, A Wish in the Dark, which she won a Newbery Honor for, but she also won a Newbery Honor for this nonfiction, All 13, The Incredible Cave Rescue of the Thai Boys Soccer Team. So this is a nonfiction filled with pictures and text about these 13 boys who got somehow stuck in a cave. I don't know if there was a cave in or if they fell into I'm not sure what happened, but I'm going to read about it. And all of them were rescued. I mean, that just sounds so cool. I have been to Thailand. I have a cousin who's a missionary there, and she's been there for over 20 years. And I was able to go with her for a month back in 2006. which is so long ago now, but it kind of put a little love of Thailand in my heart. So I'm really excited to support this Thai American author, but also because it won a Newbery Honor, I'm super interested in reading that as well. So I couldn't resist. And one of my patrons said that the book itself is actually really, really well done and she loved it. So I just bought it because, you know, as book lovers, that's what we do sometimes, right? We can't resist. Okay, so now on to my book outlet haul. I have a problem with Book Outlet. Their prices are so cheap. I always have a link down in the description for Book Outlet, and that will give you $10 off your first order of $50 or more, which is really great because their prices are so cheap already. And if you use that link and it's your first time, you get that deal. But I also get a little bonus points or something towards $10 off of my order. So I did use points for these, so I didn't quite spend as much as it was worth, but I definitely bought a lot of books. So I'm kind of excited about these. I didn't realize that I had got the hardcover of this one. I may change that up, but this is a series by Lucinda Riley called The Seven Sisters. And this is the first book, The Seven Sisters. And then I got 3 others in the series. I believe there are 7 altogether, right? But I got the Storm Sister, the Pearl Sister, and the Moon Sister. Why did I buy 4 when I haven't even started the series? You know, I heard Kate Howe was reading through the series, I believe with Robin from The Driftless Reader, and they were really enjoying it. And I read a couple other Lucinda Riley books and really enjoyed them. So, you know, I think I've only read one other Lucinda Riley book, but I loved it. I have 2 others that are not middle grade. So I have Dragonfly by Leila Meacham. This is a historical fiction, World War II. At the height of World War II, 5 young American spies are sent to Paris, risking their lives for their country, and one of their own pays the ultimate price. It is a chunkamunka book, but Lindsay from Lindsay's Little Library loves Leila Meacham, and I've never read her, so I wanted to give her a chance, and I definitely wanted one of hers in paperback because they're all kind of big. And then a middle grade is Sherwood by Megan Spooner. And my friend Joy, her daughter Katie, loves Megan Spooner's books. And so I wanted to get that one and read it and talk to Katie about it, my girl. I did pick up 2 other Newberries. One of them I've already read, The 21 Balloons. The book that I talked about in my middle grade March wrap up is from the library. So now I own that and can add it to my Newberry shelf. And also Hello Universe by Erin and Trada Kelly. This was not my favorite, to be honest. I didn't love this one, but I am trying to own the collection of Newbery winners. So why not just get it for $2 or $3 from Book Outlet? That's what I did. Because I loved Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry, I looked up Mildred D Taylor and found 2 more of her books on Book Outlet. So I got Mississippi Bridge, A Turbulent Day Takes a that's hard to say. A Turbulent Day Takes a Horrible Turn. And is this about the Taylor family? Logan family? Yes, this is still about the same family from Roll of Thunder. I don't know if it's a part of this series or not. And then The Land, which is not about the Logan family. This one is, oh yeah, Paul Edward Logan is unlike any other boy he knows. So it is still about one of the Logan kiddos. So very excited. And I think Kelly from Cozy Reader Kelly said that who said that? Someone told me they recently read this one and really liked it as well. So more Mildred D Taylor. I'm not sad about that. I love Catherine Applegate. And so this series that she started, Endling the Last, is a sort of a fantasy series about an endangered species. That's kind of a fantastical endangered species, but what if you were like the last one of your species? How would you behave and what would happen? Young Bix fears she may be the last one of her kind. Bix was used to being last, the last in her pack and in her family, the youngest and the smallest, the last anyone believed would survive in their dangerous kingdom. Bix was not afraid to be the first to die. She just did not want to be the last to live, the endling. Now Bix is the last chance to save her kind and the last hope for every creature in her world. I love Catherine Applegate. A fantasy by her will be a little bit different. She wrote The One and Only Bob, The One and Only Ivan, and Wish Tree, which I've loved all of them, and Crenshaw, which I own but haven't read yet. I always find it interesting that Bookstagram seems to highlight sometimes different books than what you see people on BookTube talking about. And so one of those is Coup. And I think I saw this a lot last year. When did this even come out? So this did come out last year, and I saw so many people talking about it over on Bookstagram. Not so many people. I saw a handful of people talking about it. And it's about this girl and a pigeon who connect. And I think it's told from the pigeon's perspective. Yeah, Coo knows the sky and the factory roof and the cozy old dovecote she calls home. She wonders why she can't fly, soar into the air with the rest of her flock. Coo longs to fly. She hates it when her family leaves her behind. So yeah, I think we're following a pigeon. But I've heard that it's super cute. It's a big chunker, but the margins are wide and it's double spaced, so it will go really quickly. And that cover, I mean, come on. So great. Another one that I just heard people talking about a little bit this year is Caterpillar Summer by Gillian McDunn. Kat had an ocean of questions she hoped the island would answer. Beautifully honest and heartwarming, this story of family and forgiveness treats readers to a summer they'll never forget. So yeah, I feel like that's a definite summertime read. The last book in this book outlet order is totally a cover buy. And it's The Girl with More Than One Heart by Laura Geringer Bass. So cool. I love this cover so much. The day my father's heart stopped, I discovered an extra heart deep in my belly, below my right rib. It talked to me. I wasn't crazy. Before that day, I had just one heart that never said a word. Forced by the loss of her favorite parent to see all that was once familiar with new eyes, Brianna finds that she can draw surprising strength from her own imagination, originality, and tender, loving heart. Okay, so I'm always drawn to books that deal with grief in some way, and losing a parent in particular is very close to my heart because I lost one of my parents a long time ago now, but I was only 20 at the time, 21. And I love that it's about thinking about things from a new perspective because of her dad and thinking about his life. And one of my dad's favorite sayings was, in the light of eternity, does it really matter? And he was always trying to help us to get perspective or change our perspective on things. So I feel like I'm going to really connect with this one. It's just a little book. It might make me cry a lot. So I'll have to be in the right mood when I pick up that one. The last two books I talked about with a book subscription box called Between the Bookends that was so kindly sent to me in March by Jillian and her mom, Sarah. Jillian is a 13-year-old girl and her mom, and they do this tween girl book subscription box. And there's also one for younger girls or younger kids as well, ages 6 and up, but this one's more like 8 to 12, 13 years old. And the two books that came in my box are Property of the Rebel Librarian, Allison Barnes, which is about banned books, and then The 1111 Wish by Kim Tomsick, which sounds like it'll be a little bit magical realism and just like a school drama. So these ones look like a lot of fun as well. And finally, the last item that I purchased in my book outlet order is not a book, but I'm excited about it. And I picked up this Painting by Numbers, Experiencing the Joy of Painting Like a True Artist. I mean, look at that hummingbird. It's beautiful. I love the colors. I love the bird. It looks so summery to me. And so I'm going to try to do this. I might have to vlog that experience. We'll see. But I just think that that sounds like a lot of fun. Is maybe like something besides puzzles to work on while I'm listening to audiobooks. Yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm not going to try to lift up all these books because there's a lot of them. I would love to hear from you in the comments below. Have you read any of these books? Do any of them stand out to you? Which ones do you think I should read first? Have you gotten anything new recently that you're really excited about? Let's chat down in the comments below. You guys know I love talking with you down there. And that is it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will definitely be talking to you in another video very soon. Bye.